With all the videos I've been making about the flat earth over the last few months, I always get the same questions over and over again. I'm going to try to cover them in this one video. And probably the most frequently asked question is about the lunar eclipse. Of course, with this ball earth theory, you get the sun, the earth, and the moon. And with the sun casting a shadow on the moon, so you're only going to see that top portion. In this case, the top portion of the moon with the bottom portion being shadowed off supposedly by the ball earth. Before I show a clip of a couple in the St. Louis area recording a lunar eclipse taking place while the sun and the moon are above the horizon, they unwittingly prove that the earth does not create a lunar eclipse. Now, with this quote from F.H. Cook, The Terrestrial Plane, according to the global theory, a lunar eclipse occurs when the sun, earth, and moon are in direct line. But it's on record that since about the 15th century, over 50 eclipses have occurred while both sun and moon have been visible above the horizon. Now, before watching the video, wait till he gets to the part where he sees the moon and the sun above the horizon, and then he sees the shadow of the moon on the upper portion. It should be on the lower portion if we live in a ball earth. Take a look and listen to how he struggles to explain this, and he just calls it an illusion. Take a look and listen.
So it's December 10th, about 6:30 in the morning. It's about 18 degrees out here, and we're standing on top of Poke Mounds, just east of St. Louis. Behind me is a full moon, which will soon be going into a full lunar eclipse as it sets, kind of a rare experience, while at the same time behind us, the sun is already being arrived. So it's going to be a very interesting and beautiful experience. Oh my God. So it's about 6:55, and as you can see, we're a little bit brighter out here. You can see the shadow creeping across the moon. It's a little hard to see, I'm sure, in the camera, but from here, we can see it nice and clearly. It's about a third of the way covered. The moon is just starting to turn nice and orange. Over our right shoulder, you can see now getting some nice early morning sun, which is getting very bright on the eastern horizon behind us.
Here's the sun.
Here, yeah. We still have the moon out, which is slowly eclipsing, and it's still cold. Okay, so it's now about 7:04 a.m. and over my shoulder you probably cannot see anything, but through the stacks of the refinery back there, we can just barely make out a little bit of the moon left. It's about 2/3 the way covered with Earth shadow.
Now take a look. The top portion of the moon is covered. Again, with the supposed ball earth theory, the bottom portion of the moon should be eclipsed, not the top. Keep watching.
Turning a sort of pale orange, pinkish color. So with the bright morning sun coming up, there's not enough contrast to be able to see the moon there. We can still see it just a little bit. What I find very interesting is I was expecting the shadow to come upward across the moon as it would go down and it would pass into shadow, and actually it's going the other way around. The shadow, as the moon is here, the shadow is creeping down across the moon, even though the sun's coming up over here, and that must be because of the moon's rotation around the Earth. It's moving farther up, even though the sun's light is actually coming from over there. It's actually coming underneath the Earth.
So he's saying the light is coming underneath the Earth, the ball. There's no way. This guy's trying to figure things out based on the lies in the science books. He can't get around it.
The sun is here, the Earth is here, and the moon is back here, and the light is coming under the Earth, but the moon must be rotating around even though we're turning, so it looks like the moon is going down. It's kind of an optical illusion. It's pretty cool. So The sun is scheduled to set at 7:08.
He says optical illusion. It reminds me of this video. I might as well show it now. And I played this clip before with the weatherman trying to explain away why you can see the Chicago skyline 60 miles across Lake Michigan. Take a look and take a listen.
Found this photo from Grandmere State Park. This is from Joshua Nowicki, and what you're seeing here is a mirage. We typically would not be able to see this from the Lake Michigan shore. We talked about this last night. Conditions are right on the lake that we're actually seeing a mirage.
Again, I pointed this out before. With superior mirages, they would be inverted, not like this. So again, when the foundations are lie, they have to keep lying to keep their lie together, keep their lie intact. I don't know if he's just playing stupid or what, but definitely this is no mirage. Let's take a look a little bit, listen to a little bit more
Of the Chicago skyline. Very interesting. Here's what's happening. This is a good example of a superior mirage. So Joshua was on the Lake Michigan shore. He was looking towards the west, and Chicago's beyond the horizon. Should not be able to see it. However, with the right conditions, we have an inversion. We have cold air near the cold lake water and some relatively warmer air above it. This will bend the image of that skyline back towards the viewer. And so typically we would not be able to see this. This image would be viewable from much, much higher in the sky.
And as I pointed out before, a superior mirage is inverted, just like this. And you saw that Chicago skyline? It was right side up. You didn't see that inverted mirage. The guy's flat out lying or just misinformed. And another example of a superior mirage. Again, you see the inversion. And again, another image, another photo of the Chicago skyline. And obviously, these buildings are not inverted. Also note, the sun is much closer to us than we're told as well.
They have taken the hearts and minds of our leaders. They have recruited the rich and the powerful, and they have blinded us to the truth.
Just like the preacher man said, and they live, they've been blinded to the truth. And the truth has always been in plain sight. There's so many clocks with the moon and the sun on them. And you'll see that hour hand next to the moon and the minute hand next to the sun. That's exactly how the moon and sun work. With the moon moving slow and the sun relatively moving at a faster rate. Now, taking a look at this model here with the flat earth, with the sun and the moon revolving above the flat earth, again much closer than we're told, nowhere near 93 million miles away, more like 3,000 miles away. So again, understand, the moon moves much slower and the sun moves at a faster rate. Now understanding, bring this down here a little bit, why you get the polar nights and the 24-hour sunlight in Norway and Alaska. When the sun is positioned closest to Alaska and Norway, it's basically rotating over these regions. And that's why you get these 24-hour daylights during specific times of the year. And that's why, again, certain points of the year you're going to get constant darkness down in Antarctica. Now understand, you're never going to get 24-hour sunlight in Antarctica. For the simple fact, Antarctica is the ring around the world. So, for example, when the sun, say, is positioned right here and is moving along, of course, it cannot cover the whole ring and go round and round and cover it. It can only take place near the so-called North Pole. So this is a very short video explaining the polar nights. Now quickly explain the polar nights. Here in Svalbard, Norway, you can see this image here. Now let's take a look at it on the map. And this is, of course, the false map that we are given in the history books, in the schools. So again, it's that simple. Why you get 24-hour nights and 24-hour days in this region up here. Again, with the so-called North Pole, with Alaska and Norway in this region. The sun altering its position on the flat Earth. Down low here, you don't hear about, again, 24-hour daylight in southern Argentina, Chile, and New Zealand, South Africa. Doesn't happen because, again, on the flat Earth, which makes the most sense, the globe Earth makes no sense whatsoever, easily explained with a simple demonstration. I'm getting a lot of questions about satellites. You know, this is their evidence that the Earth is a ball. Now let's take a look at these images of these satellites. Do these look real to you? I want you people that talk about satellites all the time to show me a real image of a satellite. All you get are these CGI images, not a single real image of a satellite anywhere. Why is that? All we get is this fake garbage. You get a CGI satellite, you get a CGI planet, all bogus, 100%. So, for all you people coming to my channel, talking about satellites, make a video, produce real satellites. You can't do it because they don't exist, period. Supposedly, close to 3,000 satellites up in space. Again, all we get is this fake garbage. Now let's look at what ISS has to produce as far as real satellites. Get that fake garbage. You get this. All CGI, computer animated. Looks like a video game. Where are the satellites? You don't see any because they don't exist. Look at this. Wow. You believe this is real? If you believe this is real, you're going to believe every single lie NASA, the media, your government tells you. You've been completely blinded from birth. You believe everything you've been told your whole life. And any time someone questions an official story by your leaders, you get angry, you get upset, you get defensive. Because no one likes to be told they've been lied to their entire lives. Just keep watching this video, and again, show me where the satellites are. There are none. At least with this fake computer animated garbage, I'm surprised they didn't make any fake satellites. I guess they think, oh, here's one. This must be real. Because this video is provided by NASA. But all you get, again, is computer animated garbage. Your whole life is nothing but garbage. Full of lies. That's all you get. You get angry at so-called conspiracy theorists who tell you the truth. Haters of truth, lover of lies. And some might ask, how does technology such as GPS and other technology that require satellites? It's very simple. All by ground towers, high-powered ground towers, and under ocean fiber optic cables.